Coming up, 4 shot in D.C. overnight. A man is dead. Another is hurt in a popular Northwest neighborhood for visitors. Plus, how D.C. crime is trending and the suggestions being sold to leaders to curb crime. Banning guns. There are efforts in Montgomery County to stop illegal firearms from getting into the wrong hands. The legal blocks that allow for some exceptions ahead. Rubber will soon meet the road. Preparations are underway for the first of its kind race around the National Mall. What locals and visitors can expect as traffic disruptions are set to start.
And we saw a cloudier day than yesterday, but so far most of the day has been dry. However, there are a couple of showers out there. We'll show you the latest radar is coming up.
Let's have some cash from Amazon. Yep. How you might be able to get $51 from the online retail giant after a major settlement. Why the case came to a close and how to get a slice of the pie.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Sunday evening, thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. 4 people were shot overnight in the district. 1 person was killed. Police first responded to Valley Avenue in Southeast near Oxen Run Park around 9:45. That's where they found a man shot once near the Wheeler Terrace apartments. The unidentified man died at the scene. No word on what any suspects look like. And later around 1:40 a.m., D.C. police were called to 15th Street in Southeast near the Giant food store, not far from the first shooting. Officers say a man and a woman were found shot. Another woman was assaulted. She denied to be treated, but the shooting victims were sent to the hospital. The suspect, an unidentified woman, and police say the victims know her, but how is unclear. 3 hours later, not long before 5 a.m., a man was found shot near Logan Circle in Northwest D.C. along Vermont Avenue and Q Street. This is a block and a half away from very busy 14th Street. The victim was sent to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police initially said they were looking for a male wearing all black clothing, presumably connected. As of this morning, no one has been arrested for these 3 shootings overnight. New data shows some of the worst crimes are happening less in D.C., including murders, though assault with a dangerous weapon cases are up. The latest data from the end of the week shows D.C. homicides are down by 37% from last year. Assaults with a dangerous weapon, that's up 44%, and motor vehicle theft is down 53%. The national group known as the Council on Criminal Justice released a mid-year report on crimes in cities. They noted D.C.'s progress in some cases. And the report's author says it can offer guidance on what works and what doesn't.
First step of that is identifying the problem. And I think that's one of the most important, is not to just go off anecdote, but look at the data, understand what the problems are, where in the city the problems are, identifying people at the most risk of violence, and then adopting a certain policy. It's going to be unique depending on the situation, but adopting an evidence-based strategy.
The report did not detail how the National Guard's presence in D.C. might have contributed to the latest crime statistics. We have also learned that a man was found shot in North Bethesda overnight. Montgomery County police say they responded to, quote, disorderly group on Wilkins Avenue around 6:30 this morning. The area is a light industrial small business area south of the Parklawn Memorial Park. And at Wilkins Avenue, officers found the man who was shot. No suspect, though, is in custody, and the circumstances are unclear. We've also learned that a man is recovering in the hospital this morning after a shooting in Glass Manor, Maryland. Video courtesy of our DC News Now contributor in Prince George's County. That's where police say they found the man shot on Indian Head Highway near the DC-Maryland border around 9:30 last night. He's reportedly in stable condition. Investigators say there's no apparent description of a suspect right now. Staying in Maryland, the Montgomery County Council overwhelmingly voted to restrict ghost guns from being near kids and to prohibit guns in certain public spaces. Council members say the ban brings county law in line with a state Supreme Court ruling in May. That ruling found previous county bills on the issue exceeded local authority. And while the new bill would ban ghost guns, they could be legalized if federally licensed gun dealer issues a serial number. All right, let's get down to some of our local news headlines and into what we all talk about day to day, and that's the forecast with meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, a couple of showers are starting to pop up, right?
Yeah, a couple of baby showers are out there right now. Let's take a look at those there, Ben. The first one here, these are coming out of PG County, by the way. This is over by North Laurel Park and Savage. Also, Aspenwood, seeing a couple of sprinkles there coming off of 95 and Highway 1 there in the Laurel vicinity. Moving a little further to the south and the east along 301 here as we take a look. We've got over by Marlboro Meadows, for example, over by Bayard, Maryland Manor Trailer Park region. These are also coming out of PG County, moving into Anne Arundel County. As we speak, all this very, very light. We widen out the view. You can see outside of those couple little spot showers, there has been nothing but quiet weather, thankfully so. And we'll see the future radar taking those baby showers out to sea and over the Chesapeake Bay in the next couple of hours. We'll have more details about tonight's forecast coming up and beyond with the 7-day. Ben?
Not long from now, IndyCar drivers will be zipping down Pennsylvania Avenue in a first-of-its-kind race in the nation's capital. And right now, there are plenty of preparations underway before the rubber hits the road. DC News Now's Dave Lavelle joins us live from along the National Mall, where plenty of work is underway for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix. Dave, how's that work coming?
Well, good evening to you, Ben. Right now, we are live along 3rd Street Northwest in front of the U.S. Capitol, which is the start and finish line for the big race. As you can see behind me, crews are busy getting the buildings and the roads ready for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix. Pennsylvania Avenue between 3rd and 9th Streets will be the longest stretch of track during that race. Road paving is taking place overnight to make sure the road is able to handle the cars that are expected to reach speeds of at least 200 miles an hour. That includes making sure manhole covers are even with the road so they do not pose a threat to drivers. Similar work will take place along the rest of the track. The tower at the start-finish line is not the only building going up for the race. Fans will also watch it from the Champions Club along 7th Street. Yes, there's a lot of excitement about the Grand Prix, but not everyone is happy to see the towers.
I'm sorry to see this building going up and blocking the view of the Capitol. The mall is a wonderful place. It was meant to be the people's playground, not a construction site. Thank you.
Well, as we mentioned, the road work is taking place during the overnight hours as the Grand Prix takes place August 22nd and 23rd. Again, we should also point out it is too late to register to get your hands on the free tickets for those races. If you do get one, remember, they are non-transferable and cannot be resold. We are live along the National Mall. Dave Lavelle, DC News Now.
Will start very soon. Dave, thank you. DC's ability to pass its own tax laws are in jeopardy. Congress is looking to change the status quo so it could essentially ignore city-approved budget bills. Republican leaders on the Hill introduced legislation to require congressional approval within 2 months of any council bill that's passed that imposes or creates a tax or fee. Opponents argue this is congressional overreach, saying it would prevent the district from cutting taxes, could paralyze D.C.'s tax code, and add another barrier for D.C. to govern itself.
We wouldn't be able to respond to things like the massive job loss that came as a result of this administration. It also would destroy DC's economy because the bond markets would essentially blacklist us because we have no control, and control of our local budget would be with a Congress that doesn't do anything.
Let's know, Congress can already stop any D.C. tax laws. Currently, after City Council passes a bill, Congress has 30 days to review it and pass or disapprove it. The new legislation would give Congress the ability to never take up the bill, and it would not pass. The resolution now moves to the full House for a vote, but it's expected to have less support in the U.S. Senate. Heads up, Virginians, if you live in Fairfax County, it is almost time to pay your real estate taxes. Got to do it. Taxman cometh. The first installment of bills are due on July 28th. That's Tuesday. You can pay online using the My Fairfax portal. If you haven't gotten a bill yet, you can find out how much you owe by using Fairfax's real estate assessment search tool online. Arlington leaders are weighing possible changes to how county government is ultimately handled, including if the county can become a city. but the county attorney is urging caution. There's a new report from County Attorney Ryan Samuel that says changing the current governing system could mean losing powers that are unique to Arlington. The report also notes the county could not become a city until at least 2032 because of a statewide moratorium. County board members are expected to review the findings this fall before deciding on any next steps. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced they will invest $24 million to speed up some improvements at D.C.'s Union Station. Our Max Marcilla shares what those upgrades could mean for commuters.
According to the DOT official we spoke with, passengers here at Union Station could see a noticeable difference to the concourse and even a lounge for Amtrak riders. All of those changes could come in the coming months. But these are just short-term improvements. They have a longer-term vision as well. Just to remind you of how we got here, it was last year that the federal government, led by the Trump administration, took over Union Station. And then a few months later, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced nearly $500 million for projects highlighted by structural repairs and an expanded concourse. We spoke with Deputy Transportation Secretary Steve Bradbury, who says those improvements can help get developers more interested in the long-term projects.
It's a gorgeous building, but I'll tell you it's in terrible shape in terms of some of its systems right now. They've been neglected for some decades. To get the station up to state of good repair at a basic level and make some short-term improvements to the passenger concourse, we think will make the investment opportunity more attractive for developers.
So those are the short-term fixes. They're in the works. But what about the long-term projects here at Union Station? Because remember, when the Trump administration took over Union Station, it did so and scrapped the Biden-era plan that had long-term projects from parking garage underneath to developing the air rights over the tracks, turning it into residential and office buildings, hotels. So what about the long-term plans? Well, first of all, with parking, the DOT official we spoke with says underground parking is a non-starter, but improvements could be coming.
We're looking at improving the existing parking garage, perhaps a new parking garage, but we're also open to other options of moving the parking across the street.
And lastly, in regards to air rights, the administration official says they're hoping to get developers involved in the next year, come up with a master plan, and he says right now, everything is on the table. Reporting at Union Station, I'm Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
A lot moving and shaking. Thanks, Max. Coming up, Montgomery County plans to buy a historic ferry on the Potomac River. Yep, we're talking about White's Ferry. But there's still no guarantee that service over to Virginia will restart anytime soon. 6:12, live look at the Potomac River itself. We'll be right back. Scott Sumner has a full look at your forecast, including when you should have that umbrella handy this week.